Hello everyone, I'm Geek Freak and welcome to the video. Dragon Ball Super Broly was awesome. It was far from perfect, but I still loved it. The animation, the characters, the story, the music, and of course, Goku and Vegeta's fight against Broly. Now, as a movie, I actually think that this was a fantastic movie. Now, I'm not going to say that it was perfect. In fact, it does have a few problems and a few plot holes there. In fact, I did make a top 12 nitpick list of what was wrong with Dragon Ball Super Broly. So if you guys want to go and check that out, please do. And I think some fans would agree with me on the list, and some won't. And it was all opinion based. So please, don't be butthurt about it. Anyways, on that list, my top 12 nitpick list, there is a few numbers on there that deals with the fight between Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, and Broly. I mean, it was a fun fight between those four, but there was a few plot holes, there were a few things missing, and there were some wasted opportunities that they could have put in their fight against Broly. And this is what this video is going to be about. Filling in the plot holes, putting in things that should have been there, and putting in opportunities that could have been there. And so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start from the beginning of the fight. It's going to be Broly versus Vegeta, and it starts from there. And when it comes to a plot hole, I'll try and fix it. And when it comes to things that was missing, I'll add it. And when it comes to opportunities that should have been in the movie, or could be in the series if it comes back, I'll mention it. And so without further ado, let's go. Now before I start, there's one teeny weeny little thing that we need to discuss, and that is Beerus. In the beginning of the movie, he was babysitting Beulah, which was funny, but I actually think it would have been much better if Beerus went home and took a nap for about 2 weeks. Because at this point, unless Beerus is going to go up against a super big threat that endangers the gods, he is completely pointless. But to make the movie, or the series if it comes back, I think that Beerus should go back to his planet and just take a nap for 2 weeks. Just to make the threat of Broly feel a bit more suspenseful. Beerus loves his naps and he hates to wake up, and Beerus won't get involved with mortals' problems, even though he owes Goku a favour for saving Universe 7, but I do like the idea that Beerus just went to sleep. So again, it would make Dragon Ball Super Broly more suspenseful. Okay, so all that's said and done, let's resume. Okay, now, when it came to the fight, Broly went after Vegeta first, which was good, because remember, this is a new Broly, not the old Broly, and Paragus hates Vegeta. And obviously, Broly would gladly do as he's told to help his father. Anyways, Broly goes after Vegeta, they have a bit of a fight, and Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 1 just to get the upper hand, and Vegeta is thrashing Broly. But Broly in his base form is getting stronger, and he keeps pushing back Super Saiyan 1 Vegeta. And also, there's one other thing I just want to mention before I carry on. Broly's power in this movie is basically the Hulk. The more angry he gets, the more powerful he gets. And, as we see in the movie, Broly takes on Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2, all the way to Super Saiyan God Vegeta. Okay, we didn't exactly see Super Saiyan 2. It looked like Vegeta went Super Saiyan 1 and then he went Super Saiyan God, which, in my opinion, is a wasted opportunity. In fact, Vegeta not having Super Saiyan 3 was a missed opportunity. Super Saiyan 1 Vegeta was good, and seeing Vegeta go Super Saiyan 2 then Super Saiyan 3, if he had it, would not only be cool to see, but it would have helped us scale Broly a little better. By the way, it was cool to see Super Saiyan God Vegeta. Now if only he can go Super Saiyan 3 and master it, that would be cool to see. Anyways, back to the fight. Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 1, and then he goes Super Saiyan 2. Every time Vegeta transforms, he gets the upper hand on Broly. But Broly's power is increasing every second, and it's catching up to Vegeta, and almost surpassing him. Again, if Vegeta had Super Saiyan 3, and then went Super Saiyan God, it would have given us a little bit of an idea of how powerful Broly is. So let's just say, for example, Vegeta did go Super Saiyan 3, and Broly was about to surpass Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Vegeta went Super Saiyan God, which is very, very powerful. Super Saiyan God is so powerful, not even Broly's base rising power can catch up with Super Saiyan God Vegeta. So at this point, when Vegeta went Super Saiyan God, Broly was somewhere around Super Saiyan 3 in his base form. And even though Broly's power is still growing, Broly's power can't close the gap quick enough. And so, just like in the movie, Vegeta looks like he's about to finish off Broly. Broly goes into the water and he comes out in his Wrath form. And this Wrath form is what we assume gives Broly a 10 times multiplier, because it was stated by Paragus that Broly has obtained the power of the Ozaru, or the Great Ape, in his base form. Well, technically it is a form, but this new Wrath form gives Broly a 10 times multiplier. Now, at this point, I'm not really 100% sure how this power boost works. Does this form amplifies Broly's forever rising power? Or does this form just gives him a 10 times multiplier? Like, here's an example. Let's just say just for example, that Broly's forever growing power was going up in 5s. The longer he fights, the more powerful he gets. Every second, his power grows by 5, and that's the way it's been going, just for example. And when Broly went into his Wrath form, which is a 10 times multiplier, his rising power went up by 10. So does this mean that his Wrath form has increased his rising power to 50? Does this mean Broly's power is rising up by 50s instead of 5s now? Or does this mean Broly gets a 10 times power boost? And even though he's still growing at this point, when Broly transformed into his Wrath form, Broly around that time was around Super Saiyan 3 in power scaling. So around that time, when Vegeta blasted Broly into the water, roughly around that time, Broly was roughly around Super Saiyan 3 power level. Even though Broly was still growing, roughly around that time, Broly might have had the power of 10 Super Saiyan 3s inside of him. Or is it both? I'm not really 100% sure how Broly's power works, but I'm just throwing it out there just to get a discussion going. So yeah, back to the fight. Broly transforms into his Wrath form, and you can see how powerful Broly is getting. And then, Broly starts fighting Vegeta in his God form, and Broly has the upper hand. And as the fight goes on, Broly gets stronger, and it gets to a point where Broly actually knocks out Vegeta, unconscious, or just knocks him senseless. Vegeta's down, and then Goku, just like in the movie, offers to fight Broly. Goku warms up, just like in the movie, and Goku goes to Super Saiyan God right away. And here's one of the problems with the movie. In the movie, Broly is in his Wrath form, and he's catching up to Vegeta in Vegeta's God form. And then when Goku goes to fight Broly, Goku is in his base form. He's in his base form, he goes Super Saiyan 1. We don't get to see Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan 3. It's just base, Super Saiyan 1, and then it's Super Saiyan God. Oh, and one other thing. I hate the fact that Goku just tagged in with Vegeta. Vegeta had plenty of fight in him to continue his fight with Broly. So to sort this problem out, Broly goes into his Wrath form, and he knocks out Vegeta, or just demobilizes him. And then it's at this point where Goku steps in and says, "Hey, he's out for the count, why don't you fight me?" Vegeta didn't get knocked out by Broly because he was weak. Broly knocked out Vegeta because Vegeta was off guard. Broly took out Vegeta with a surprise attack. So that's one. Either Vegeta was knocked out, or Vegeta couldn't get back up. Vegeta's not crippled, but Broly did a number on him. And Goku knew that Vegeta was in trouble, and Goku says to Broly, "Okay, it's my turn." In the movie, Vegeta was ready and willing to go and continue his fight with Broly, but Goku in the movie just tagged in, and Vegeta let Goku fight Broly. And for me, this doesn't feel like Vegeta. So if you ask me, I actually think it would have been a lot more better if Vegeta was either knocked out or Vegeta was out of it. Like he was like badly hurt or something. And then Goku shouts to Broly, "Hey, it's my turn, come and get me." And then Goku goes to Super Saiyan God instead of Goku fighting in his base form and then Super Saiyan 1. Broly at this point is rapidly catching up to a Super Saiyan God level. So it would make a lot more sense if Goku went Super Saiyan God first. That would have made a lot more sense. So I fixed two problems. Number one, Vegeta was knocked out, and number two, Goku went Super Saiyan God right away to go and fight Broly. Anyways, the fight goes on like it did in the movie. Goku uses God Bind on Broly, and Goku tries to calm him down, like he did in the movie, saying, "Oh, you don't have to listen to other people," and so on and so forth, just like he did in the movie. And just like in the movie, it did nothing. Broly continues his fight with Goku in Goku's God form, and then it's gotten to a point where Broly is actually on par with the Super Saiyan God Goku, even surpassing him. And, just like in the movie, Broly goes all Hulk on Goku, and Broly smashes Goku like the Hulk did with Loki. And then, like in the movie, Broly smashes Goku's head against the wall like in the movie, and Goku was hit so hard in the head that it knocks him out, and Goku is left on the floor. And as Goku's lying there, Goku's memory of his mom and dad, Gide and Bardock, starts to come back. Goku is starting to vaguely remember the day he was sent off to Earth. He remembers his mother, he remembers his dad. Even though they are vague memories, Goku is starting to remember that his parents really did love him, or at the very least care about him. This part will hold relevance later on, so just keep that in mind. Anyways, back to the fight. As Goku is starting to remember Gine and Bardock, Broly walks up to Goku. Broly lifts off his foot, and he's about to crush Goku's head, while Goku's down for the count. But then, all of a sudden, Vegeta fires an energy blast at Broly's back, and it hits Broly, but it barely does any damage. Broly turns around, and he can see Super Saiyan God Vegeta, and Vegeta says, "Okay, now it's my turn." And then, Broly charges at Vegeta, and as Broly's charging at Vegeta, Vegeta goes Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Broly punches Vegeta in the face, but it does nothing to Vegeta. The Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan form is too powerful for Broly's rising power level to catch up to Super Saiyan God Vegeta, and it's at this point Vegeta has the upper hand. Vegeta is literally thrashing Broly. Even though Broly's power is still growing, Broly's rising power level can't catch up to Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta's power level, and it looks like Broly's about to lose. And then, just like in the movie, Frieza kills Paragus and he blames a stray energy beam, which in turn turns Broly into a Super Saiyan 1. Broly transforms into his Super Saiyan 1 form, and then Broly starts thrashing Vegeta around in his Super Saiyan Blue form. While Broly's power level is still growing, Broly is thrashing Vegeta. And then Vegeta has no choice but to go Evolution Blue. Which also brings up another point. Why wasn't Evolution Blue in the movie? Evolution Blue was in the anime, and Evolution Blue was in the manga. So why wasn't Evolution Blue in this movie? It would have been awesome to see. And so I've put in one missing thing that was missing from the movie. Evolution Blue. Vegeta turns into his Super Saiyan Blue evolution form. Vegeta at this point is a little bit more stronger than Broly. And as the fight progresses, Broly goes on par with Vegeta's Evolution Blue form, and eventually Broly surpasses Vegeta's evolved Blue form, and Vegeta slowly starts to get thrashed by Broly. Remember, this is a Broly that has forever rising power while in his Super Saiyan 1 form, and slowly but surely, Broly dominates Vegeta. And then out of the distance, Goku shouts at Broly, and Goku says, "You're facing me now." Goku is in his Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan form, and then Broly pays his attentions onto Goku. Broly rushes to Goku, and then Goku goes Kaioken times 10. And it's at this point, Broly is completely dominated. Goku is really giving Broly a right bashing. And it's at this point, Broly's rising power can't catch up to Goku's Kaioken times 10. And again, Broly is getting thrashed. And the thrashing goes on for a while. And then Goku decides to fire off a non-lethal Kamehameha, hoping that the Kamehameha will demobilize Broly. Goku fires it at Broly, and just before it hits, Broly transforms into his legendary Super Saiyan form. And the blast does absolutely nothing to Broly. And then Broly, in his legendary Super Saiyan form, gives Goku a damn good thrashing, while Goku is in his Kaioken times 10 Super Saiyan Blue form. And then Goku has no choice but to go Kaioken times 20 and fires a Kamehameha point blank at legendary Super Saiyan Broly. And when the dust settles, it did absolutely nothing to Broly. And when Vegeta sees this, he jumps in and helps Goku fight against Broly, while in his Evolution Blue form. So we've got Goku in his Blue form with the Kaioken times 20, and Vegeta in his Evolved Blue form. So it's 2-on-1, Goku and Vegeta versus Broly. And also, just like Evolution Blue, why the hell wasn't the Kaioken in this movie? I mean, come on, I'm pretty sure everybody wanted to see the Kaioken times 20 used against Broly. I also have something else to say about the Kaioken times 20, but I'll get to that later. In a team, they're doing pretty well against Broly. And when I mean well, they're doing well to survive against him. They're both working together as a team. And then Goku and Vegeta has no choice but to do a tactical retreat. And, just like in the movie, they lead Broly to Frieza. And then Goku teleports to Piccolo, just like in the film. And Goku and Vegeta tries to figure out what they can do about Broly. And while that's happening, Frieza is getting the thrashing of his life. And then Goku says, "I have an idea, let's do fusion." And this is a plot hole that I want to cover. In the movie, why didn't Goku just teleport to the land of the Kois and ask them for the Potara earrings? Because here's the thing, it took an hour for Vegeta to get the fusion dance right. It would literally take Goku 2 minutes to get to the land of the Kois, ask them for the Potara earrings, and then teleport back to Vegeta, and then boom, you've got your fusion. And during that time, Frieza was getting his ass kicked, which was funny. But did Goku and Vegeta ever think, oh, Broly might destroy the planet, or something else might have gone wrong? What was the guarantee Broly wouldn't destroy the planet? And also, how the hell did Frieza manage to stay in gold for an whole hour? Frieza was in and out of his gold form during the Tournament of Power. He didn't stay gold for the rest of the tournament. His golden form drains a lot of power. Frieza had to turn it on and off to preserve energy, and the Tournament of Power was 48 minutes. And you're telling me that he was able to stay in his gold form for an hour? Dude, that's pretty freaking ridiculous. But I do have an idea how they could fix this. But let me fix the fusion plot hole first. Goku said that they should fuse in order to defeat Broly, and then Goku teleports to the land of the Kois, asking Shin and All-Kai if they can borrow the Potara earrings. And then the All-Kai says, "Sorry Goku, but you destroyed both pairs of the Potara earrings in your fight against Boo, and the Potara earrings that we are wearing now do not have the power yet for you guys to fuse. It will take at least a year for these new earrings to have the ability for two people to fuse. They are brand new Potara earrings that doesn't have the power to let you fuse." And then Goku goes back to Vegeta empty-handed and tells Vegeta of their predicament, and Goku says, "Let's do a fusion dance." Piccolo and Goku teaches Vegeta the fusion dance, and then after learning it, Goku and Vegeta do the fusion dance, and, like in the movie, they botch it up, and so they have to wait half an hour in order to do the fusion again. And knowing Frieza wouldn't last that long, Goku tells Piccolo telepathically tell Gohan 1817, Krillin, Tien, Yamcha, and Master Roshi to go over to Broly and distract him for half an hour so they can successfully do the fusion dance. And Piccolo makes a weak clone of himself to stay behind and help Goku and Vegeta fuse, while the stronger version of Piccolo will go over and help slowing down Broly. But before I continue, there's one thing that's been bothering me. What exactly is Broly's legendary Super Saiyan form? What does his legendary Super Saiyan form actually do? What's its special ability? What's its multiplier? We need to remember that this Broly and this legendary Super Saiyan form is different from old Broly. Broly's power continues to grow no matter what form he's in, and that's exactly the problem. With the old Broly, everything that was unique to Broly was in his legendary Super Saiyan form. His ki kept on growing and growing and growing to a point where Broly had to release a lot of ki, otherwise he would have exploded. Well, that's to assume that would have happened. The old Broly's power didn't grow and grow and grow. In the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, the new Broly in Dragon Ball Super Broly, his power can grow in his base form, in his Wrath form, and his Super Saiyan form, and in his legendary Super Saiyan form as well. And it doesn't look like he needs to release ki, like what the old Broly used to do, in his legendary Super Saiyan form. So, Dragon Ball Super Broly has a new form called the Wrath form, and he can rise his power indefinitely, no matter what form he's in. The Wrath form gives him a 10 times multiplier, his Super Saiyan form gives him a 50 times multiplier. But again, what exactly does this form actually do? This Broly is different compared to the old Broly. I'll give it a shot in the dark, but maybe, just maybe, Dragon Ball Super Broly's legendary Super Saiyan form is the same as old Broly's legendary Super Saiyan form, where his ki rises indefinitely. And to be honest, that's the only thing that I can think of what this new form can do. And again, we don't know what its other abilities are, and we don't know what the multiplier for it is. And I'll be honest, this should have been on my top 12 nitpicks of Dragon Ball Super Broly, not giving us an explanation of to what Broly's legendary Super Saiyan form is or what it can do. So if Dragon Ball Super does come back, I would like them to explain what the legendary Super Saiyan form is and what it can do, and what its multiplier is. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out, and so let's continue. Anyways, like I said, Piccolo contacts Krillin, 1817, Gohan, Master Roshi, Tien, and yes, even Yamcha, and Piccolo tells them to hurry up and get where Broly is. And as everybody's flying over there, Piccolo explains what's happening. He explains that Broly's out of control and he could destroy the world, and Piccolo tells them to keep Broly distracted until Goku and Vegeta successfully fuses. And one by one, everybody gets to the area where Broly and Frieza is fighting. Everybody gets to the area in 10 minutes, except for Android 17. But trust me, he'll be there. Now, everybody except for Android 17, which is running late, is at the area where Broly is. Frieza, Krillin, 18, Gohan, Master Roshi, Tien, Piccolo, and Yamcha are all getting ready to fight Broly. Now, I'm going to ask you guys something. What does this remind you of? You have 8 heroes and an old villain fighting off against a Saiyan enemy. Ding ding ding, that's right. This is exactly what happened in the Saiyan saga. In Dragon Ball Z, you have 5 villains and an old enemy standing together against a common enemy, which was Nappa and Vegeta, which was Saiyans. So, this is a throwback, or a nice little Easter egg, from the Saiyan saga, but this time we've got 17 and 18, and Master Roshi, and an Ultimate Gohan. And this time we've got Frieza on their side, and Frieza and the Dragon Team reluctantly and begrudgingly help each other in order to survive. And, just like in the Tournament of Power, they have to work together in order to survive against Broly. They have to distract Broly long enough for Goku and Vegeta to successfully complete the fusion dance. And if you ask me, I think this is a great callback. So yeah, carrying on. Android 17 isn't at the battlefield yet, and while they're waiting for Android 17, Krillin, 18, Gohan, Master Roshi, Tien, Piccolo, and Yamcha start to fight Broly. And I'll say this, there is a lot of things that could happen in this fight. And I mean a lot of things could happen. But I'll get to that in a second. 17 finally makes it to the battlefield, but he's not alone. Android 17 brought along with him, wait for it, 7 of the Cell Juniors that was in the Cell Saga. Okay, I know what some of you are going to say. You're going to say, what are you talking about, Geek Freak? Gohan destroyed them in the Cell Saga when Gohan went Super Saiyan 2. And also, why would Android 17 have the Cell Juniors with him? You're talking bullshit. Unsubscribing. Wait. I do have the reasons as to why the Cell Juniors was with 17, and why the Cell Juniors are still alive. It was stated in the Dragon Ball Super manga that the Cell Juniors regenerated in the same place where Cell died and where Android 17 came back to life. Android 17 finds them and he tames them. And also, get this, do you guys remember when Majin Buu destroyed the planet Earth? Well, check this. When Vegeta wished for every good person to be brought back to life, that also included the Cell Juniors. So I'm guessing that Android 17 was the one who made them behave themselves. So yeah, that explains that. And there are 7 of them, and they have all the techniques and abilities of what Cell had in the Cell games. In other words, they have all the abilities and techniques and powers of Piccolo, Gohan, Krillin, Tien, Frieza, King Cold, Goku, Vegeta. Cell's genetic material is made from the most powerful fighters in the world. Trunks, Nappa, Raditz, and the Cell Juniors can do all of their abilities. To breathing in space, to regenerating. They basically know every single technique from the Cell saga that Cell can do. And not only that, just for the hell of it, they can also go Super Saiyan 2, just like Cell did at the end of the Cell games. And the reason why they can go Super Saiyan 2 is because Android 17 has been training with them. So yeah, there are 17 fighters, which is Krillin, 17, 18, Gohan, Master Roshi, Tien, Piccolo, Yamcha, Frieza, and 7 Cell Juniors that can go Super Saiyan 2. So, you have 16 fighters versus Broly. Let me ask you guys this. How freaking cool of an idea is this? This is also another callback from movie 8, where the old Broly was fighting Gohan, Trunks, Piccolo, Goku, and Vegeta. Except this time, it's done with 16 fighters. Come on, you guys can't tell me that this isn't a good idea. Come on. And also, while all 16 fighters are fighting Broly, Broly's power isn't rising as fast as it was when Broly was fighting against Vegeta and Goku. In fact, Broly's power is actually growing slower because even though it's 16 against 1, they aren't putting up much of a challenge for Broly to get mad enough for his power to accelerate faster. Broly's rising power is slowed down a bit because Broly instinctively knows that all 16 fighters aren't a threat to him compared to his power. And now, let's talk about the fight between all 16 fighters versus Broly. And again, everybody has to distract Broly long enough for Goku and Vegeta to successfully do the fusion dance. And, just like in the movie, they failed twice. So it'll take a full hour for Gogeta to get to the battlefield. Because again, they failed twice with the fusion dance. And so, with all that said and done, it's all 16 fighters versus Broly. What exactly could transpire between Broly versus all 16 fighters? Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's bring in Goten and Trunks, so they can transform into Gotenks, which will go Super Saiyan 3. Instead of 16, we've got 18 fighters versus Broly. How cool is that? I know for a fact that Gotenks isn't really all that popular, but you know what? I don't care. I like Gotenks. And also, it'll be really cool to see him go Super Saiyan 3. Like I said, it's 18 fighters versus Broly. 17 if you count Gotenks. There is no way in hell they can actually beat Broly at this point. But again, Broly's power isn't rising as fast as it was against Goku and Vegeta, but Broly is still dangerous. Hell, at this point, Broly could even destroy the entire freaking universe. So instead of using brute force, everybody uses tactics and strategies, and everyone is using their best techniques. And everybody isn't just going one-on-one, just like what Goku and Vegeta does. Everybody is actually working together. And there's quite a few team-ups that they can actually put in this. There are the Cell Juniors, which works pretty well together. There's Goten and Trunks, which works together perfectly. And then there's Krillin, 18 and 17, which works together. And this will bring a great opportunity for Android 17 and Krillin to work together. 17 works well with 18, 18 works well with Krillin. Hell, maybe even all 3 of them can work together. Gohan and Piccolo are a good team-up. Tien and Yamcha can work together. 17 and Frieza can work together, just like in the Tournament of Power. And just for the hell of it, even Gohan and Frieza could even work together, just like in the Tournament of Power. And even though they're all working together to try and take down Broly, or at least buy some time for Gogeta to arrive, there could also be some unlikely team-ups. For example, you could have Frieza and Krillin team-up. You could have the Cell Juniors teaming up with Goten and Trunks. There are loads of endless possibilities of what you could do with this team-up. And there are loads of techniques that each fighter can use against Broly. If I was to make a list, I would be here forever. Techniques, abilities, and so on, there is a long list. Now, I'm not going to be one of those people that will say, oh, they should only stick to their signature techniques, like Krillin and his Destructo Disc, and Yamcha with his Wolf Fang Fist, or Piccolo with his Special Beam Cannon, and so on and so on. Because if you guys remember, in the Saiyan Saga, Piccolo and Krillin did the multiform technique, and I think this is a technique that Tien and Piccolo can do, but Krillin did manage to do the multiform technique, and Krillin can also do the solar flare which is a technique that was originated from Tien. What I'm trying to get at is, it would be cool to see them do other techniques rather than their signature techniques. And I'm not saying they should only stick to their signature techniques, but I would like to see everybody do some actual martial arts, kicking and punching, strategies and so on. Hell, even Android 18 knows the Destructo Disc. And you know what? Just for the hell of it, Yamcha and Tien actually fuse. They see Goten and Trunks fuse, so they also give the fusion a go. And they become Tiancha. Is that his name? I forget. Yeah, I know that's far-fetched, but I will say that would be cool to see. There is a lot of things in this fight that could happen. But there is one thing I would like to put in this fight, and that is this. Master Roshi attempts to use the Mafuba on Broly, but the Mafuba does absolutely nothing to Broly. To those of you who don't know, the Mafuba is a technique that can seal people away inside a container. Anyways, Master Roshi attempts to use the Mafuba on Broly, but Broly is too damn powerful for the Mafuba to work on him. Now, I'm not saying that the Mafuba is a weak technique, and that's the reason why it didn't work on him. The reason why the Mafuba didn't work is because, compared to Broly, Master Roshi is like wind. Master Roshi is non-existent to Broly, and even when Master Roshi goes full power and tries his absolute damnedest for the Mafuba to work on Broly, it still does nothing. Again, it's not the technique that's weak, it's because Master Roshi himself is far too weak compared to Broly, and Master Roshi tries his absolute damnedest to try and make the Mafuba work on Broly. And it gets to a point where Master Roshi uses up his life energy against Broly, using the Mafuba. And when the Mafuba failed to work on Broly, and Master Roshi gave everything he could to seal Broly away, which again it had no effect on Broly, Master Roshi actually dies for overtaxing his body to try and seal Broly away. And this is just like what happened in the King Piccolo saga in Dragon Ball. Now I know what some of you are going to say. You're going to say, oh but Geek Freak, Master Roshi used the Mafuba multiple times during the Tournament of Power, and the Mafuba didn't kill him then. So why did the Mafuba kill Master Roshi while he was using it against Broly? Like I said, Broly is a different kettle of fish. Broly is extremely powerful compared to those other characters that Master Roshi used the Mafuba on. Compared to Broly, Master Roshi is non-existent. Master Roshi tried and he failed. If the Mafuba was done by somebody that was much more younger and much more powerful, like Goku for example, then the Mafuba might be a success. But at this point, Broly is way too powerful for the Mafuba to work on him. Unless they can find somebody that's on par with Broly, the Mafuba isn't going to work. Anyways, back to the fight. After Roshi's death, everybody's upset and everybody is really angry. Even though technically Broly wasn't the one who killed Master Roshi, everybody goes in full force, using their best techniques in order to take down Broly. And when I mean everybody who is close to Master Roshi. Frieza, 18, Krillin fires their Destructo Discs at Broly, hoping to slice him in half, but on impact, the Destructo Discs breaks. Tien and the Cell Juniors use the Kikaho technique, or the Tri-Beam Cannon, on Broly. All of them fire at the same time, aiming straight at Broly, but it does nothing. Gotenks uses his Super Ghosts on Broly. Everybody throws everything at Broly. Some techniques do work, like the Solar Flare, and some techniques do distract Broly, but none of them can actually kill Broly. And also, there's one other thing I would really love to see, and that is a combination beam. Do you guys remember the fight between Aniraza, Frieza, Gohan, Goku, Vegeta, and 17, where they all fired at once against Aniraza? And also, do you guys remember the family Kamehameha, where Gohan, Goten, and Goku fired a Kamehameha against all Broly? And do you guys remember the beam struggle that Gohan, Piccolo, Trunks, Vegeta, and Goku fired against Hijack? Yeah, I would love to see the whole group fire a combination beam against Broly. That would be freaking awesome. Like I said, there are loads and loads of things that could happen in this fight. Those are my suggestions, and there are loads more things they could do in this fight. And hell, even have a few characters die. But the one death that made everybody get all rolled up is the death of Master Roshi. And like I said, have a few more deaths, like one or two of the Cell Juniors, kill Yamcha or Tien, Krillin, or have a few of them crippled or unconscious. Or hell, have a few of them lose limbs, like Tien versus Nappa, where Tien lost his arm. Do that to somebody. But there's one thing that we need to remember. Broly isn't conscious of what he's doing. After Roshi's death, everybody is trying to kill Broly. We need to remember that Broly isn't evil. He just has no control over his power. This is kind of a similar situation when everybody started attacking the androids, which was Android 17 and 18. Android 17 made it crystal clear that they'll make it a one-on-one fight, but everybody jumped in to fight the androids. It's kind of the same with Broly. Broly is a victim of circumstances. Everybody thinks he's bad when he's not. Anyways, this whole fight against Broly doesn't always have to be about the fighting. They could try and get Broly to chase them, use the solar flare, the multiform technique. Loads of things could happen in this fight. So yeah, I'm going to leave it to your imagination to what could happen in this fight between all 18 fighters versus Broly. But I will say this, the first time they tried, everybody went to go and fight Broly. And when that half an hour was up, they tried again and failed, and they had to continue fighting Broly for longer. Many of the fighters were either killed or beaten, crippled, lost a limb. It was a complete nightmare. And then, on the third try, they succeeded. He announced himself as Gogeta. Gogeta teleports to Korin for some Senzu beans, and then Gogeta teleports where Broly is. Gogeta sees what Broly's done, and Gogeta gives a Senzu bean to everybody who is still alive. And when Gogeta hears what Broly did, and sees some of his friends are dead, Gogeta immediately goes Super Saiyan Blue. Instead of starting off in his base form to Super Saiyan 1 to Super Saiyan Blue. Now, before I carry on, there's one thing I want to bring up. We all know that the power of Gogeta is the combination between Goku and Vegeta. Their base form power level has combined to be twice as powerful as Goku and Vegeta. And this is the one thing that really bothers me. In the movie, Gogeta fights Broly in his Super Saiyan Blue form, and we never see Goku use the Kaioken. Even though I'm an amateur power scaler, I'm pretty damn sure that Goku's Kaioken times 10 is much more powerful than Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. And that's the thing, why didn't Goku use the Kaioken times 10 or 20? I'm pretty damn sure that Goku could have won against Broly if he did use the Kaioken. And I'm 100% certain that the Kaioken times 10 is much more powerful than Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. Hell, I'm pretty sure that Vegeta's Evolution Blue could easily take down Broly in the movie, while Broly was in his legendary Super Saiyan form. Evolution Blue and the Kaioken would have easily taken down Broly in the movie. Both of these forms are much more powerful than Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. But since this is my version and I'm trying to fix Dragon Ball Super Broly, I'll continue with my version and fixing the problems. Anyways, before I carry on, there's a few things I want to mention about Gogeta. Gogeta has the combination power of both Goku and Vegeta. Gogeta has all their forms and techniques. Again, even though Goku's Kaioken times 10 is much more powerful than Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, there was really no need for Goku and Vegeta to fuse. But continuing with my version, Gogeta is twice as powerful than Goku and Vegeta in their Super Saiyan Blue forms. So anyways, back to the fight. Gogeta starts off in his Super Saiyan Blue form, but like I said, Gogeta is still weaker than Broly. But this was a simple test to see how powerful Gogeta is, and within a few seconds, Gogeta goes Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, or Evolved Blue. This is the form that Vegeta used in the Tournament of Power. And I'll be honest, I'm not really 100% sure what the multiplier for this is, but it's very similar to second grade Super Saiyan that Vegeta used against Semi-Perfect Cell. Also, there's one other thing that I want to bring up. Some people have been complaining that the fusion between Goku and Vegeta should have worn off. Gotenks' fusion in Super Saiyan 3 only lasted for 5 minutes, and Vegeta's fusion only lasted for a few minutes in his Super Saiyan Blue form. In the movie, it looks like Gogeta doesn't seem to be affected by this. The fusion should have at least lasted for like a minute, considering how powerful Super Saiyan Blue is. But I do have an idea how to fill this plot hole. You could make the argument that Gogeta and Broly was moving so fast that it looked like Gogeta lasted for half an hour. At this point, the characters are moving so insanely fast that we're seeing it from their perspective. But from other characters' perspectives, no one can keep up what Broly and Gogeta is doing. I mean, for all we know, a microsecond could have gone past, but to Broly and Gogeta, it feels like an hour to them. That's how fast their fight is going. So yeah, I fixed that plot hole. Gogeta's fusion didn't last a long time. It's just that he was going so fast that it seemed like a very long time. So yeah, back to the fight. Gogeta goes Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, thanks to Vegeta, and Evolution Blue catches up to Broly's power. Which, by the way, Broly's power started to grow faster since Gogeta started fighting him. But Blue Evolution is still not enough. Even though Gogeta is twice as powerful than Goku and Vegeta, and Gogeta is in his Evolution Blue form, Gogeta has caught up to Broly's power, but it's still not enough. And then, Gogeta goes Kaioken times 10. And it's at this point, Broly is the one that's getting thrashed. I want you guys to imagine the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie and you're watching Broly versus Gogeta. Imagine everything that transpired between Gogeta and Broly, but this time Gogeta has Evolution Blue Kaioken times 10. Now I know what some of you are going to say. You're going to say, oh but Geek Freak, Goku used the Kaioken times 20 in his blue form against Broly and it did nothing. So why is a Kaioken times 10 Gogeta winning against Broly? Well, there's a few factors that's going into this. Like I said, number one, Gogeta is the combination between Goku and Vegeta. Both of their base power levels are inside Gogeta. I also made a video of what I assume what Goku and Vegeta's power level is at the end of the Tournament of Power saga. Goku and Vegeta's power level is somewhere around 200 million each, and if you was to combine both of those power levels, you would get 400 million. Gogeta in his Super Saiyan Blue form is twice as powerful than Goku and Vegeta, and the other factor is Evolution Blue. I don't really know what this is, but I'm going to assume that it's a second grade Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, just like Vegeta was when he went up against Semi-Perfect Cell. Like I said, I'm not really 100% sure what this transformation is, what its multiplier is, what it does, but it does give Vegeta a huge boost. Some people say that Evolution Blue is the equivalency of the Kaioken. Evolution Blue is Vegeta's own thing. Goku's got the Kaioken and Vegeta's got the Evolution Blue. But like I said, this is all speculation. So, two things. Number one, Gogeta is twice as powerful than Goku and Vegeta, and he has Evolution Blue. Gogeta at this point is pretty damn powerful, but it's still not enough to catch up to Broly, or at least overtake him. But then, when Gogeta goes Kaioken times 10, Gogeta has overtaken Broly. And again, I want you guys to imagine the fight in the movie between Gogeta and Broly. But this time, Gogeta has Evolution Blue with the Kaioken. Gogeta is having the time of his life, and he's kicking Broly's ass, throwing key attacks, punching and kicking, throwing Broly into mountains. It's a huge spectacle. However, Broly's power is still growing, and it's slowly catching up to Gogeta, while Gogeta is in his Evolution Blue form with the Kaioken times 10. Not only can Gogeta feel that Broly's catching up with him in power, but Gogeta can also feel that the fusion time is almost up. And so, before Broly could catch up to Gogeta in power, and the fusion wears off, Gogeta goes Kaioken times 20, while in Evolution Blue. Gogeta knows he has to be quick, so Gogeta throws a lot, and I mean a hell of a lot of punches at Broly, and Broly can't counteract them. Broly can't keep up with Gogeta's speed. Gogeta at this point has completely outmatched Broly, and then Gogeta's last punch hits Broly in the head so hard that Broly starts to come out of his rage. Broly starts to gain consciousness, and then Gogeta powers up a Big Bang Kamehameha while in Evolution Blue Kaioken times 20, powering it up, getting it ready to fire at Broly. And, just like in the movie, Chilai wishes the dragon for Broly to be put back on the planet Vampa. Gogeta fires the Big Bang Kamehameha at Broly, and Broly is conscious while he fires the Big Bang Kamehameha at him, and the Big Bang Kamehameha just misses Broly as he's whisked back to the planet Vampa. Lemma and Chilai escapes, Frieza's prepared to fire at them, and Gogeta in Super Saiyan Blue stops Frieza. Frieza knows he's outmatched, Frieza powers down, and says, I will be back for this planet, and flies off. And as Frieza flies off, the fusion wears off. 3 months later, Goku gathers the Dragon Balls. Everybody who died fighting Broly was whisked back to life. Now I know some of you are going to say, oh but Geek Freak, you have to wait an whole year for the Dragon Balls to recharge until you can make another wish again. Well, not with these Dragon Balls. The Dragon Balls can now be used within a few months. Instead of waiting for an whole year for them to be used again, all they have to do is wait a few months for them to use the Dragon Balls again. Hey, they did it in the series, the Dragon Ball Super series. So, it works here. If they was to wait a full year for the Dragon Balls to recharge, they would get 3 wishes. But before any of that can happen, Goku, just like in the movie, after 3 days, goes looking for Broly, and everything transpires like it did in the movie. But this time, Broly says, but I intentionally killed your friends, aren't you angry? And Goku goes, nah, you didn't have any control over your power. And we've got Dragon Balls that can bring people back to life. Yeah, I mean, come on, let's face it. Dragon Ball Z has a reset button. There's no consequence in death anymore in the series. So yeah, like I said, everything transpires just like in the end of the movie, and the film ends. And there you have it, folks. I fixed the fight with Broly. I filled in a few plot holes, I added a few things that could have been done better, I put in some good opportunities. If you ask me, if Dragon Ball Super was to come back, this is how I think it should transpire. Even though I think Dragon Ball Super Broly is a great film, but it isn't perfect. It has plot holes and things that don't make sense, but again, it's still a fantastic film, and I love it. And if Dragon Ball Super does come back, I hope that Dragon Ball Super makes a saga with Broly. We the fans was told that the original script had an extra hour on it, And if they do make a saga out of this movie, I wouldn't say no. I want to see what Akira Toriyama originally wanted to put in this movie. It was supposed to be 3 hours, but if they do make a saga out of Dragon Ball Super Broly, I genuinely hope that they can fill the plot holes in this movie and use other characters to fight Broly. There is a lot of golden opportunities and possibilities of what they can do if they transform this movie into a series, saga. So what do you guys think? Did you like this? Do you think I'm wrong? What would you change? Like and dislike, and tell me what you think in the comment sections below. I'm Geek Freak. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching, and if there's a series you want me to check out and review and give my thoughts on it, or if there's a top 10 list you want me to do, or any reactions, or responses, or rants on anything geeky, just leave links and comments in the comment sections below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. And if you guys want to follow me on my social medias, I'm on minds.com, Twitch, Dailymotion, and Hatron, Reddit, BitChute, aka the new YouTube, DeviantArt, Discord, VidMe, Gab, Twitter, Tumblr, Patreon, GoFundMe, PayPal, and my other social medias are down there in the description box below, so if you want to go and check them out, please do. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video. And please go and check out my new skeptic channel, Gypsy Freak. It's also down there in the description box below. Peace out.